Hello everyone, I'm BatPan, a bat who drives Panmobile. In this series of videos, I'll show you the functions I wanted and had a question about and the answer I found for them. And some of them are actually used in my own game. In this video, we will be creating an objective and I'll also show you guys how we can make changing our objectives look even better. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, a like and subscribe would make me happy. So without wasting time, let's start the video. Okay, to create the objectives is actually pretty easy. We need to create the objective first. So I'm going to create an empty object. I'm going to call it objective parent. And be careful about this part. You got to make the position and the transform 0, 0, 0 so it doesn't introduce any bugs. And click on the objective parent, right click on it and go to UI and create the UI canvas. Go to the canvas, set the settings of the canvas like me, change it from constant pixel size to scale with screen size, give your screen resolution, mine is 1920 by 1080, and make this one 0.5. And you right click on your canvas, go to UI. I'm going to create a legacy text. This is Unity version 2022. So legacy text, I created a text. It is right here. It is actually here. I'm going to make it red. Let me make it bigger for you guys so you guys can see it. This is it actually. So what I'm going to do now, this is the parent objective. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this, go to your rect transform, click on this, hold Alt and press this one. Then I go here and make it like this, but I increase it like this. But if you want to, let it overflow, you can, check this from wrap to overflow. So when you type anything more than that, it can overflow. But if you put it inside wrap, it will disappear. I'm going to put it in wrap mode for this part because I know my objectives won't be longer than this. But if you want, you can put it on overflow so it overflows. Put it inside a position which I think is okay. I'm going to put it like here, give it some space. I should give some space on both sides. Let me just disable the camera effects, free resolution. As you guys see, when I change the resolutions, it is actually parented to the left side. So you can check out any resolutions you want. From here, you click on right click on free aspect. You can click on full HD or anything else. You can add your custom resolution. You can give it a name and add a custom resolution, whatever you want. I want, for example, 800 by 600. It simulates that resolution for you. So I'm going to put it on free aspect for now. This text is actually parent objective. This is how to create the parent objective, but I have some hints on my objectives. So I'm going to duplicate this. You can right click and duplicate, or you can control D to duplicate. I will call it child obj. I click and drag it and drop it down. This one should be a little bit smaller. I'm going to put it a little bit more forward. A star should be under the P, for example. And I'm going to change the color from this to yellowish stuff. Let me deactivate the lighting so you guys can actually see the objectives better. So I'm going to give it the child obj 1. You can duplicate it for any amount. For example, this is number 2. If you want to, move it like this, you can move it like this. You can press W, but I rather this. I press T, or you can, click it from here. You press this one, and it automatically attaches to the upper. So this is it. This is child object 2. And if you have an effect on your camera and you want the effect to affect the text files also, you can watch my previous video. I told you guys how you can render your camera effects on top of your text files. But in here, I'm just going to do it. So I go to my canvas, in space camera, and give it the camera. As you can see, it is rendering on top of that. I'm going to make it 0.1. This was not how we did it in the video. We explained a lot of things in that video on how to fix a bug and these numbers and the virtual camera part. We've added a virtual camera there. I recommend you guys watching that previous video so you guys can understand this. This is actually the objective. But if you want to change it from the script and change it, for example, when you go inside the cube, I'm going to create a folder. I'm going to call it objectives. In here, I'm going to create a C# script. I'm going to call it objective script. Double click to open it up. So in here, what you're going to do is you're going to first go up here and say using Unity engine.ui. Which is going to let us ask for the text file. In here, I'm going to say public text. I'm going to call it objective parent text. We need another text or objective child text 1. and we can duplicate it and make it 2. To change the objectives when you reach a certain point, for example, I want to say if I press E, I want the objectives to change. To create that, we first going to go into the update and say if input.get key down, key code dot E. So when I press E, I want the objectives to change. You guys don't need to do this part. It's just an example I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna create a boolean. I'm just gonna say example. You guys don't need to do this part. It's just for you guys understanding it better. So I'm gonna create a boolean. I'm gonna set it changed once is equal to false. By default, I'll say if change x is equal to false, change once is equal to true. Objective parent text dot text. You can change the text from here. For example, I'm gonna say reach that cube. Child boy that text. You can walk, and for the tree, you can run. Change the 1 to 2, so that's it. Then I press E, it's gonna change. Else if change once was equal to tree, not false. Then down here, we're gonna say change once is equal to false. Then we can just copy these 3, paste it here, and you can just change it. So reach that circle. You can draw, you can go back. So it changes them. This was a very simple example. I'm going to give you another example as well. And a nice thing you can do to make your games look better when you change your objectives. Let's go and check it out. So we need an object so we can give our script to. You can give it to your objective parent. I usually do this for my game. I did this for my game. I give my script to objective parent. So if I want to, deactivate the objectives, I just deactivate this. And when you press, the key that shows the objectives, it won't show up. So, and I'm going to create a function again. For example, when you press tab on your keyboard, the objectives appear and disappear. So it needs objective parent text. You can drag and drop it or click on this circle. So let's see, I can click on this circle and I can select them all. So let's start the game. As you guys see, if I press E, the value is changed. As you guys see, they change. The other example I'm going to give you is asks you go into the cube. And when you go into the cube, it says you are in the cube and you've done well. So for that, we need a cube actually. I'm going to create a 3D cube, scale it like this and like this. See, put it right around here. Then we need to give it a script. I actually told you guys about the cube colliders in a video. You can watch it right now on top of your screen, or you can click a link in the description to go to that video. In here, I want to create another script, C# script. I'm going to call it objective cube collider. Double click to open it up. In here, we're going to say using Unity engine.ui. Then we're going to check. We don't need these. We don't need these actually. Void on trigger enter. When we are inside the cube on private, void on trigger exit. For when we're outside the code. So first we need a reference to our objective parent. So we say public text objective parent. We're just gonna keep the names short. Text child obj1 and child obj2. So in here where we're inside the cube, I want the objective parent to say you are in the cube. The child one obj the text say well done. Child 2 the text says, for example, you did great. And again, you can add the start at the start of it. And for when we get outside the cube, we can say not in the cube. So let's check this out. So we select our cube. We give the script of cube collider to it in these 3 references. For these 3, child obj, that's it. You need to go to the box collider, click on this is trigger so you can go inside it. Okay, you're in the cube, well done, you did great. And when we go outside, it says you're not in the cube. You're in the cube, so this is it. So the thing I said you could use to make your text beautiful is when the objective changes, you can write it letter by letter. If you want to better understand this function, you can watch my first video. You can click on it on top of your screen right now, or go to it using the link in the description. So to create that function, we actually need a reference to this. Then we need a string under, I call it under parent, a string older child 1 and older child 2. So this is it for when you want to write them one by one. So what you do now is for when you click E, you can write the number, so you can change the name. So inside here, we start a coroutine. We call it write obj coroutine. It create an enumerator. So today I understand this function. You can watch that video, my first video, as I've told you guys before. But you can just understand it. You can do it just like me, and it will work. But if you want to better understand it, you can watch that video. So under here, you can give this star at the start, so it doesn't write it anymore. So we say objective parent text. The text is equal to the star and a space. Then for the older, say older parent is equal to the thing we want to write. The thing we want to write is actually this without the star. So we just cut this. Now we can copy this, paste it here, and under here, we leave the space. And here we say for each character C in older parent, for each character of this, so we take each character at the time and you put it inside this objective parent. We're just gonna say parent text, the text plus equals C, and we wait yield return new, wait for a second, we wait for 0.05f seconds, and it is only that one. So then we have to delete this from here. Let's check it out. E, as you can see, it says reach that queue. As you can see, it writes it letter by letter. And if you want to capitalize all the words, make them all capital, you can just type them all in capital. Or there's actually another way that I told you guys in another video. You can create a character, call it converter. It takes a character called C, and in here it has a string of G1 and a character of G2. G1 is actually equal to C, the to string L2 upper. This is gonna make it capital. Then G2 is actually G1 house number 0. I'm gonna explain it very short. You put the character you took inside a string, so you can make it upper, and it is inside house number 0 of that string. So we take the house number 0 of that string and make it equal to the G2 character. So G2 is actually the capital version of the character we took from up there. Then we just return G2. We're just gonna say character T, create a character called T. T is equal to converter, and we put the C, the character we take. For example, we take E, we put it inside this converter, which converts it to the capital version of E. So in here, instead of you say .text plus equals C, you just gonna say plus equal T. As you can see, when I press E, it is all capital. You can actually use this, or you can, don't use this if you don't want to. So this was only for that one. So you can just create this for all the others. Objective child 1 text, the text is equal to star and a space. Older child 1 is equal to you can walk. You can delete it from here. Just put it inside here. Delete the space because we have a space here. Then we say for you do the same thing in here as well. Older child 1. Be careful about the namings. Objective child text 1, you gotta use the older child 1 so it doesn't introduce any bugs. So in here, we're just gonna say, we can, make them capital. So we're just gonna say character T is equal to converter C. As you can see, it recommended me this, turn new for seconds, 0.05f seconds. And you can just duplicate this, copy this and paste it under here. Instead of that, you can just copy this, delete this down here, paste it. So instead of child 1 text, we just start child 2. This is child 2, this is child 2, and this is 2. Just change the values when you copy and paste it here. So this is actually it. And press E. It changes them one by one. So this was it. This is how we can create an objective. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I tried to explain it as simple as I could. I've tested this method. I've used this inside my game. I'm gonna go think about something for the end of the video, as I did in all my videos. So this is what I created for the end of the video using the things we said in the video. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.